Good morning, students. Welcome to today's lecture. In the last class, we discussed numbers, their types, and operation on numbers. After that, we did some discussion on exercise questions also. Now, today, we will discuss question number 8, that is verify a minus of minus b is same as a plus b for the following values of a and b. Apart from this, we have to solve this question also where we will compare these two values, whether which one is greater, less than or equal. Okay, let's start. In question number 8, we have to verify this property that we already know because minus into minus is plus. So first of all, the first part is a equal to 21, b equal to 18. Now we are solving the left hand side first, that is a minus of minus b. Now just put the values of a and b. A is 21, then we have minus sign, bracket, again minus sign of 18, bracket close. Now we know when we open the bracket, it becomes minus or minus becomes plus. So 21 plus 18 is 39. That is our left hand side. Now finding the right hand side, it is actually a plus b only. So 21 plus 18 is 39. That is right RHS. As both left and right side are equal, we can say it is verified. Now, question number 9, we had to compare the two numbers on either side of the box and had to fill whether here sign of greater than, less than or equal to will come. For that, we have to solve both the sides one by one. Let's solve the left side first. In this question, we can see there are some brackets and we have to follow BODMAS rule. By BODMAS rule, first we will open the brackets. Let's open the bracket of this one. What will happen? 39 will come as it is. Then this plus and minus are getting multiplied, and we know when we multiply positive into negative, we become negative sign. 24 will become negative into positive, negative only, that is 15. Now 24 and 15, they both are of negative sign, and we know we add same sign numbers and the sign remains same. So 24 plus 15 is 39, and as both are negative, so therefore we are having a negative sign over here. 39 minus 39 is 0. Similarly, on the right hand side, we have this number. First we open the bracket, it becomes 36 minus 52 plus 36. Why plus? Negative into negative becomes positive. This time 36 are of same nature, they both are positive, so they will be added and become 72. 72 minus 52 becomes 20. Obviously 20 is more than 0, hence we have used this symbol of greater than over here. Now question number 10. A water tank has steps inside it. You can see this is a water tank having these steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 and so on. Okay. A monkey is sitting. A monkey is sitting on the topmost step. So monkey is initially at step number 1. The water level is at 9th step. So first step monkey is there, and at 9th step somewhere here there is some water that this monkey can drink. First part is saying he jumps 3 steps down and then jumps back 2 steps up. So this means the monkey is going like this: 3 steps down, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and then coming back 2 step, 1, 2. So you can say in this complete process he just moved by 1 step only, because after going 3 forward, he came 2 backward. So finally he moved only by 1 step forward. Okay. We have to find in how many jumps total he will reach the water level. Let's find in the next slide. After that, second part is after drinking water, he wants to go back. For this, he jumps 4 steps up, then jumps to back. In how many jumps he will reach back to the top step? It is very simple. They are just asking the same question in reverse way. So if we understand the first part carefully, we can do the all parts very easily. Let's read the first part again. It is saying monkey is at first step, water is at ninth step. Monkey jumps three step, so he jumps three steps down. One step down, two step down, three step down. Then comes back like this. One step down, two step down, three step down. Then comes back two steps like this. One step up, second step up. So where is he finally? At second step only. So this will be used in the next slide. Let's see. So monkey has to reach from first step to ninth step following that game that he is playing. That in the first jump he goes forward 3, and the second jump he comes back 2. So he will following this game only, and we have to check how many jumps are required for the monkey to reach ninth step, because water is at the ninth step. So let's see one by one. In the first jump it goes from here, reaches 4 steps, because 1 plus 3 is 4. In second jump 4 minus 2 is 2. In third jump 2 plus 3 is 5. In fourth jump 5 minus 2 is 3. In fifth jump 3 plus 3 is 6 step. In sixth jump 6 minus 2, fourth step. In seventh jump, in eighth, in ninth, in tenth, and finally in 11th, again 3 steps. 6 plus 3 is 9. As soon as it reaches ninth, does it require to come back? No. This time his work is done because he has reached the ninth step. Now it can drink water easily. Okay. Now you can see the same thing I have done in the statement form also. In the first jump, it reaches 4 steps. Why? Because 1 plus 3. Second jump, 2 steps back, 4 minus 2. Then again 2 plus 3, 5 minus 2, and so on. Finally, after 6 step, it reaches 9 step directly. Okay. So total, how many jumps are required? 11 jumps are required. Okay. Now, properties of addition and subtraction of integers. The properties are closure property. First we will discuss what do we mean closure property. Closure means the suppose we have a set of numbers. Suppose we're dealing with integers. Suppose this is a box of integers. We have two numbers inside the box. We have two integers inside the box. Whenever we add these numbers or whenever we subtract these numbers, the answer that we will get will also be a integer. So that means whenever you are operating these two as addition or subtraction, the answer you will get will also come inside the box only. It will not happen that answer is not an integer. Okay, this is known as closure property. That means this addition subtraction is closed for integers. Okay, let's see how. You can see here for an example, 17 is an integer, 23 is an integer, and if you add both of them you get 40 as answer. And you can say 40 is also an integer. So whenever you add or subtract two integers, the answer is also a integer. This is known as closure property under addition. Okay, similarly in subtraction you can take, this is minus 10 plus 3. When you open the bracket, it becomes minus 10 plus 3. We have read in the last lectures that when we have different signs, we subtract. 10 minus 3 is 7. And as the larger number is having sign of negative, so answer is also negative. If you see minus 7, what is minus 7? It is also a integer. Therefore, we can say integers are closed under addition as well as subtraction. Okay. You can try the remaining questions and check the answer coming is also a integer. Similarly, subtraction part, I've already told you, you can solve any of this and you will find that the answer coming is also a integer. Now, next property is commutativity. What do you mean by commutative property? Commutative means when you commute. That means suppose you have something over here and something over here and you change their place and see what changes are there. Okay, here also we'll do the same thing. Suppose we have a number 3 plus 5 and we change their place like 5 plus 3. What we did, we kept 5 at the place of 3 and 3 at the place of 5 and see what is the change. You can see in the first case answer is 3 plus 5 8 and second case also answer is 8. So we can say in addition by commuting nothing is changed. So we can say addition is commutative for whole numbers or integers we can say. Okay, but in the case of these subtraction it is different, that we will see. Wait, so you can see here you have taken two integers 5 plus sign and minus 6. Answer came as minus 1. When I change their position, what happened? Minus 6 comes first, 5 comes second, and sign is same plus. Again we are getting the answer as minus 1. So we can say addition is commutative for integers also. That means if you change the position of numbers, the answer is not changed. Or we can say finally a plus b equal to b plus a, where a and b can be any integer. I hope you got this. Now, associative property. Associative property uses three integers at a time. Suppose I use three integers at a time. Associative property says that the answer of this expression is same as answer of this expression. What is the difference between them? You can say here we have a plus b plus c. Here also we have a plus b plus c. The difference is here we have bracket on first two numbers and here we have bracket on last two numbers. Still we are saying that they both are equal. How? Because in addition it is possible. You can take an example like they have taken and you can check this thing. By checking the left hand side and by checking the right hand side, you will always get the right answer or the same answer both the sides. Okay, like here you can see first they have done, first you have to solve the bracket part and then whatever comes you have to solve it with this thing. Here you will solve first this bracket and whatever comes you solve that thing with this minus 2 and you will find in both the cases, although brackets were different but answer is same. Okay, this is known as associative property and we can say addition is associative for integers. Now write down a pair of integers whose sum is minus 3. So we want a pair of integers whose sum is minus 3. There are infinite number of integers whose sum is minus 3. You can think of anyone, but you have to make it show that the bigger number is negative because answer is negative. Okay, suppose you take minus 4 and plus 1. You can solve it very easily and tell answer will come as minus 3. Suppose you take minus 2 plus minus 1. Then also you get the sum as minus 3. Similarly, you can think of many numbers whose sum is minus 1. Okay. Similarly, you can try the remaining parts. Okay. Thank you.